Yes, Searchkey. All right, I posted it on Twitter. I don't feel like posting on Instagram. I'm
Yeah, that's
tired.
fine.
Yeah, I don't feel like doing that. So if they don't see it, that's on them. But yeah, man.
Wait,
You
give me a second, because I've. Okay,
know,
you're live, aren't you?
yeah,
Okay. Am I on now?
yeah.
Oh, sorry, I was just being a bum there. But yeah.
Um, well, it's just it's a UK trait. You can't do anything about it. It's like you can't. I can't be mad at you, man. It's just it's almost it's ingrained in y'all, But we're at UFC
Yeah.
273 fight week. Um, I want to just talk about the card, man. The card is a great card. I think it's fucking dope, man. Like, I think it's gonna be a banger.
I
Like,
think we're going to see a few upsets, I think
I,
so.
yeah, maybe. I'm seeing Gilbert. Gilbert's my big upset.
Yeah.
The other, I think the two dominant champions in Peter Yan and Volkanovski. I think they're gonna take care of business. But I think Volk could have some problems. But yeah,
Yeah. But I think that's what it is, though, isn't it? Because on the surface of it, you look at Peter Yan's body of work, and then you look at Volk's as well. In
yeah,
theory, you've got like two dominant champions, but that's why I think this card's going to be one of those cards where it's like it's overlooked, because obviously, like, Volk doesn't have the pull of, like, say, Adesanya and like fighters like that. But
yeah.
in comparison to the other champions, for instance, you don't have that pull. But man, this is good. This is going to be one of those cards we look at in 6 months' time. And we're going to be like, how the fuck, what the fuck, like this, all this happened and shit like that.
Yeah.
TKZ's definitely got the style to give him problems.
Yeah, I think out of everyone, I think he has the best chance of really winning that. Besides Burns, I think Zombie is getting like he's getting treated like a bum when he's really like he has a real chance of going out there and knocking Volkanovski out. He does well against those kind of guys, those short, stocky wrestlers. Like my guy Frankie, Dan Ige. He does well against those kind of guys. Even Mark Hominick back in the day, like he knocks guys out. He has problems with guys that are long, like Yair,
Yeah.
Ortega. But
He did well in the Yair fight, though. Like, I felt like maybe it was just me. I just felt like up until the freaking elbow, I just felt like if he had just been able to see out the last 10 seconds, he might have won the decision. He might have got his hand raised, but
yeah, I thought it was close. But yeah, you're right. I do feel like
it was
Zombie.
a very close fight, though, because everyone's like, "Oh my goodness, like he's landed the elbow, he's won," and it's just like it kind of papers over the cracks in the sense of like how good and how competitive the fight was, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
It was a great fight too. I felt like I remember that year it had like Robert Whitaker and Yoel too, and I felt like the Korean Zombie and Yair was a better fight than
Yeah.
Yoel and Whitaker. But it was the finish
No,
that
it definitely was. And if I remember right, I think it was the last like card of the entire year that year.
yeah,
In December, isn't it?
yeah.
So we went out with a bang that year. Literally, I've never seen an elbow like that in my life. It was just so.
It was
I thought he fluked it. I have no idea how he telegraphed that.
yeah, it was clean, man. It was clean, bro. And Zombie, the way he fell too after that, he just died. But yeah, uppercut left hook finish for the Korean Zombie. But yeah, um,
Yeah.
I uh huh,
I watched the Bermuda's fight the other day. He landed that same. I think he landed a similar shot as well. It gets me
yeah.
thinking because they always want a level change in it. I just think Volk's gonna want a level change and try and keep like Zombie on his toes and keep him guessing.
What's up,
I think
Tron?
that puts money. Hello, Toron. Don't even know if I said that right. That's a UK problem.
Yeah, man, I think you said it right. But,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think it is gonna be interesting, man. I just you know what's wild? I'll be honest with you. Like Volk used to be like criminally underrated, and then after the Ortega fight, like he's my guy, and that's my boy. But I'm not gonna lie, he's become somewhat overrated after that Ortega fight.
I've been trying to tell you. You don't fucking listen.
No, 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 no. Listen. You've been hating on him before the Ortega
No,
fight.
no, I said no. I've always said he's a good fighter. I just said he's not as good as everyone reckons. I just feel
No,
like
no. You was on Ortega and knew he's gonna catch him with an uppercut, this and that, rah rah rah. Okay, I don't want to hear this. All you've been nah. You just said,
Ortega nearly finished him twice, by the way.
uh huh.
And even though he was beat up to fuck, You still need to finish him twice.
Yeah, I wonder what's gonna be the excuse once Burns derails Kamzat train this Saturday. Darren Till is ruining Chimaev. Yeah, that's been my it's been my hope. I get happy every time I see Till and Chimaev together.
Are we going to talk about DC though? Because there was a weird dynamic. Because like even me when I initially saw the comments, I felt like he was joking with Kamzat.
Yeah, it was.
But then I was like, I watched it because I felt like he was joking with him because me and you were going back and forth and we were just like having banter.
Yeah.
I know he's joking with Kamzat, but people took it so literally, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like fuck me, like he's getting a lot of heat as well. And it's
Dude,
like,
this is my guy, David Benjamin, Chimaev, and Sterling. Easy money. This is
thank you, David. One guy on the Sterling train. Wow.
dude. He DM'd me sending me like a video of Sterling. I thought it was beautiful.
Lucky I don't have the camera on right now because I'd be making the money sign. Bet the Sterling if you want to make Sterling, my brother. Sterling.
David, Sterling, supporter of Aljo, but we'll talk about that, man. But I do still want to talk about the Vulcan Korean Zombie fight because I think honestly the odds are insane, and I'm not saying like
how about are the odds though?
It's like 800, like he
must be a heavy favorite.
Yeah, he's minus 800 right now. I think I'm pretty sure, but Aljamain Sterling is the undisputed champion.
Thank you. David talks sense. Get people like David on the show.
I would totally bring him on the show, man. But
so have you told everyone that about the Aljo fans that have been hitting you up?
Yeah, no, that's the guy.
Is it him?
Yeah, I said yeah.
I didn't know. I just seen the Twitter handle. I couldn't even recognize it.
Dude, no, it's all good, man. I love it. Like he hit me up, tell me your guy's gonna destroy my boy. I don't care. But we all know Peter Yan's the real champ, man. We all know what happened. But
beating Uriah Faber and go life and death for Jimmy Rivera. Okay. Oh, okay.
I don't understand why y'all say we went life and death. Like we literally had that dude like kissing the ground. Like it's like you guys forget about the knockdowns. Like we had him doing fucking backflips in there.
My boy John Johnson, yeah, he's only like 4'11" and he's cool.
No, dude, you know it was crazy. It was the afro, bro. It was the afro because you remember Dodson had long hair in that fight, and he was messing with the GOAT Yan, and he kind of got caught just by looking at the fro. So. It happens. He slipped.
Have you seen the way Aljo's looking with the belt now? Braided Aljo, that's the new mythical fighter in MMA Twitter. Watch, the braids are going to be OP. Yan's getting spin elbowed first round. Put the money on that.
I know deep down in your heart, like I know deep down you don't believe this, like.
No,
but
I do think though, in all jokes aside, because I am rooting for Aljo, but I do think people are forgetting how good he is.
Yeah, that is true.
Yon is good, but everyone's looking at Aljo like he's fucking. I don't know, man. Like I don't like Cody Stamann or whoever one of them bums. Like people are forgetting Aljo's fucking good, man, and he's so well rounded as well.
Yeah.
It comes that loses is Till's fault.
When you talk about the best fighter ever, you don't call them the GOAT. You call them the Funk Master Aljamain Sterling. Yeah. Oh man, I mean, here's the real talk, man. Like,
eye poking, funny.
If we're being honest here, Yan, even if it's like if Yan's having a bad day and Aljo's having a great day, I still see 48-47 Yan. Like, I just don't see a way besides like Aljo catching him really, really early. In the first round, that Aljo can win a decision or something. I just don't see it. I just feel like Jan's.
What's more plausible for you, Aljo KOing him or subbing him?
I feel like subbing him, right? But
okay. Let me DM Aljamain, and tell him to sub that schmuck.
Okay. People love to underestimate underdogs. You guys see what happened with Johnny Walker when everyone was sleeping on Corey. Yeah, man, Corey Anderson reference. Kamzat will suffer the same fate. Let's be real. Who has Hamza beat? I like this.
Do you not think it's almost too easy to throw that argument in the sense of who has he beat? But like we're seeing at lightweight, right? where people are like avoiding each other and we're not getting the matchups we want to see as like fight fans. And it's like there's only so much you can do, and you can only fight who's in front of you in that sense. Like even Dana White was saying, like the thing is, Neil Magny's had his hand raised for like 2 years, and he's not
Yeah,
got that fight. And then, but Li Jinliang fights him, and we all know Li Jinliang can't do fuck all on the ground. So it's a bit
yeah,
like I don't know. I felt like they gave him a favourable matchup in that sense. But I would have loved to have seen him against Neil Magny. But now it's at a stage now where like he's already beat a guy who he was ranked number 11. So why is he going to fight Magny? He's ranked 10 or 9 or whatever. It don't make sense.
yeah. But I mean, Magny did beat Li Jilang. You know, if I'm being honest. But yeah, it is what it is. It's hype. I understand it, but like,
Do you think the size will play a factor though? Because I feel Gilbert's thick, but he's not like.
yeah. But what about the weight cut? Like people aren't talking about that. He almost missed the weight last time. His chin is going to go.
Burns was saying something about his. Yeah, I feel like Kamzat's not. I like Kamzat's skill. I like Kamzat's style and his skill set as opposed to someone like Khabib's, for instance. But it's like Khabib's fights are almost like no risk kind of thing, and I feel like that's why he went 29-0. I feel like with Kamzat, there is obviously the chance he could lose. There's something about him that makes me think he's not just gonna like dive for your legs or sniff your crotch. Do you know what I mean? For 25 minutes. There's that about him. Like I don't see him like what we see on the prelims, where we see a guy just lie on you and then put his head up to your chest and then top mount for 15 minutes and then get over 30, 27. I don't see he don't play it safe for me. I feel like he's got one of them styles that just makes me think it's hard to be like that attainable to have it like to be undefeated.
Yeah.
Similar to Shavkat. Shavkat takes a lot of risks. Like you could just see like with him when he throws a spin kick, if someone takes his back and like gets him in a body lock or something and takes him to the ground, how's he going to pay out there?
Yeah. I completely feel you. Star Wars Kilo second account eBay. What's a good parlay in your opinion? I think Olenek and Julio Arce should win their fights.
Shit, Olenek's been given a new guy, isn't it?
Yeah, they gave him Van Deer. Van Deer can't wrestle, but you never know with Olenek. He might be stupid and just die. Best way Aljamain can win this, if Jan messes up, Aljo takes his back, subs him, similar to the Sandhagen fight. I'm just curious to what excuses are going to be made for Kamzat once he loses this Saturday. Probably, weight cut.
Do you know what it is? I've got no excuses. Like, if, for me, for instance, like, if Burns beats him, fair enough, because he would have proven me wrong twice at this point. Because I have certain ideas about Burns. It's in a case of like, I don't know. He made some dig about Colby about fighting contenders and seriously. I'm like, you do realize that he fought the pound for pound number 1 twice. Like he's not like,
Yeah. I
he's
mean,
not fighting bums, is he?
no, but
And it's just like,
yeah,
he's taking rounds off Usman. Like what? Like even though Burns dropped him in the first, even though Burns dropped Usman, you could argue that like Usman dominated the rest of the round. Like I don't. Aside from that hand, he didn't really do anything, and it was just like I don't know. I just feel like with Gilbert Burns, like I said, fair enough. He proved me wrong with the Wonderboy fight. If he proves me wrong here, fair enough. But it's just like I just don't like the idea that he's talking about people that not fighting contenders, but he fought Damian Maia and Woodley, and both of them aren't even ranked right now. So
one thing I will give Burns over Colby is that he did fight Woodley before Colby did. You know, he did fight him. It took Colby a minute to fight Woodley. And this is a Woodley though coming off a
champion. I wonder why that fight never got made though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Woodley was having his injury problems, but then they gave Usman the Woodley fight, didn't they? And Colby was interim champ.
Yeah,
and it was just like Colby was murking everybody in that division as well, man. People forget. It was just like I kept thinking, oh my goodness, this guy is such a gifted athlete, and he's like being hard done by. He's just gonna be like Tony Ferguson 2.0.
Yeah, I mean, Burns ain't gonna back down from Kamzat. He won't be bullied like the last guys. I like that. Yeah, I agree.
How does Burns deal against wrestling?
Huh?
Did Ed talk about Aljo yet? Yeah, we'll mention Aljo in a bit. we'll cut the promos in a bit, SSG. We'll be cutting promos.
Yeah, you already know, man. It's Judgment Day, man. It's like I swear, like Saturday, like that's what I love about that Aljo Jan fight. Even though I feel like Jan is in a different level than Aljo, there's some heat. I feel like it's the most interesting fight besides the Burns and the Chimaev fight. I think the Korean Zombie fight versus Volk is interesting, but that fight has so much storyline going into it. And I feel like it's what been a year of build up going into that fight. It's like it's been crazy, you know, because it's like
I think that's why 135, that title fight, is the most interesting out of the three, because I think one, the TKZ one was obviously like a makeshift because Max pulled out. But for us, for instance, who follow the sport, we're interested because one, like it's just an interesting style for Volk to deal with, and we just want to see how he manages. And TKZ can like beat anyone in his day, and we've seen that before.
yeah.
The Chimaev Burns one, for us, it's interesting because mainly because to see how Hamzat deals against someone who's a higher level than what he's used to.
I want to see him deal with some adversity.
Yeah, that's why that fight's interesting.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's be real. The real main event is Aljo main event Sterling. You know, strangles Peter on in the first round, rear naked choke, and still,
bro. Listen, like I wish I could see you and Fuego's face during the first fight when Jan was literally dumping this dude on his head. Like I was laughing my ass off. Like whoa! Like I thought Aljo would have the wrestling advantage, right, going into that first
took
fight.
him down the first time, down. After that, he's next.
Yeah. That's one out of 16, right? I think that was the actual number.
But that was before the neck started like being like cranked up and.
Oh, it was the neck.
So all I'm saying is, Aljo landed that flying knee, had that schmuck running for his life against the cage. You know,
dude, he literally took 2 steps backwards, and that's about it. Like he legit, like that didn't do nothing. Like it was hilarious.
This is what you Yan fanboys are like. Peter never takes a step back. And I was just like, you're just sort of retreating. But this is what he does, don't it? He fights with this little high guard, and he's always like tucking himself in with that 5'5" frame. Then he waits for you to throw punches for 2 rounds. Then he starts fighting, bro. Like, if you're gonna do that, bro, get in a fucking boxing ring. What's he doing in mixed martial arts? You don't fucking throw elbows or knees or nothing. And then in the Corey fight, he fought like a fucking UFC 4 player, fucking spinning back fists and then overhands, fighting like a.
Yeah. What do you know was crazy? Like Corey, like I kind of felt bad for him because he was damn near done, and he had to take an extra few rounds of a beating, bro. Like he was like, if you looked at him, because in the first 2 rounds, like he was moving pretty good because I rewatched it, but in that 4th round, he looked concussed, bro. Like I was like, God damn, yeah, that fucking spinning back fist like almost killed him. He got lucky, but you know it is what it is. And what I like about Jan is that he has like such an ego, like he will legit like fight you in your best particular martial art and then best you at that. You know, I felt like Aljo, he wanted to show him that you're a D3 wrestling scrub and you ain't good at wrestling, and I'm gonna teach you how to wrestle. Like that's what he tried.
I guarantee Aljo takes him down in this fight. Guarantee it.
I think it'll be competitive. I think it could be competitive.
I guarantee he'll do a better job this fight.
He'll still lose though. That's the thing. He'll still lose no matter what. Like even if he does good, he'll still.
Are we gonna talk about PED to Jan with that malnourished hairline?
Bro, I don't know why you got. I don't see it though. Like I'm looking at his hair, and it's like it's always looked like. I think it's like, you know, it's a little thin, but it ain't bad.
Bro, him and Usman, you know, being jabbing each other with needles. That's all I gotta say. Usman, the needle's not gonna save him when Leon Edwards comes and murks that ass and brings the gold back to Birmingham.
Hey, this is a good question. Same with Sterling. If he beats Jan, I'm curious to what the excuse will be made. What's your excuses? Get him ready. You and David, come on. Let's see them excuses.
No, he's saying if Sterling beats Jan.
Oh yeah, I read that wrong. Yes.
Have you gone on like your notes and like made like 4 or 5 excuses just beforehand, just in case?
Ah man, I don't know, man. Fucking COVID. I don't know.
Get that apology video ready.
Dude, that like, oh my god, I'd be sick if that. He'd be like 2-0 over Jan. Technically,
you were just giving me shit about my internet, but comes fight night, when you do the freaking streams and stuff, you look like you're filming in the cave that Bin Laden was hidden in. What's going on?
Dude, it's okay, man. It's okay. You know, we be chilling in the crib. No lights needed. No lights needed. You know, but You know, hey man, it's expensive out here, man. It's not like the UK where everything's man. This is the greatest country in the world, man. You know what I'm saying? But um,
Why have you got 50 stars? One for every brain cell you guys have.
uh, okay, wait. Let me read this. I just believe there's a difference between hype train and reality. O'Malley is a hype train. Chimaev is just really good. I don't. I
That's
mean,
what that's what scares me about him is because I feel like he's a good fighter, but I don't know how good he is. And he's like been not rushed, but he's been pushed to a spot where it's like
no,
say
he's
for
been
instance,
pushed. He's been pushed. He's been pushed.
like say for instance, he does what he does what he did to Lee, what he did to Burns, and then he gets a title shot. Usman's gonna go in thinking, yo, this guy's only had 11 fights, but we know nothing about him. Like we've only seen like 10% of his skill set. Do you get what I
Yeah.
mean? That's the thing. Like he's like an unknown entity. That's why he's so intriguing, and that's why everybody just wants to see him fight.
Yeah, but my only issue with him is that he hasn't earned it. He hasn't even earned the Burns fight. You
Yeah.
know, he's just lucky that Burns has accepted it.
But
But
Dana was saying like Burns is the only one who like accepted that fight. I was like, Leon accepted the fight 3 times. We all know what happened. And then
yeah, like, he doesn't deserve that.
and Magny's been fucking asking for that fight for 2 years, man. Like I felt like Magny should have fought him when Lee fought him, but it is what it is. But
Yeah, people aren't gonna give Ferguson his props either. If he rises from the dead and beats Chandler, they're still gonna say he's washed, got lucky. I just know the MMA community; it's very toxic at times. Yeah. Tony Ferguson is going to meet his maker in a few months or in a month, right? When is that?
when's it in May, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in May. So count the days, Teron Brown. Just start counting. Wear your favorite black clothes because it's
Come
gonna be a
on,
funeral
come on,
session.
bro. Chandler's got 2 rounds in him, man. If Chandler can't get him out there in the first,
Chandler will take him down and half guard simulator his punk ass. Like I'm telling you, that dude is washed. He's how old is he? 38? Is he 38 now?
wait, yeah.
Like, come on, bro.
Chandler's at 35 though. He's not spring chicken. He just
But Chandler is still near his prime. Like I think Chandler might be 36 or 35. I think.
yeah. I feel like he's old.
Yeah, but he's a lot younger than fucking
He's got
Tony.
no reach, man. He's got no reach. He's like a little like Chad Mendes. I don't know, bro. 5'5", 65-inch reach.
Remember when Chad Mendes fought like Miles Jury?
Yeah, he KO'd him.
That's that's what's gonna happen to fucking Tony, man. That's
I
this.
can't see it, man. Tony's too tough for his own good, man. I really can't see it.
Dude,
But it's like, but do you remember like the build up to obviously this ain't the same like stylistically, but it's like Justin and Chandler, we were under the impression someone was gonna get spot bad.
yeah, I mean,
That was the decision. Like even in my head, like I still can't comprehend how that went 15 minutes.
yeah, but dude, Chandler almost died though in that second round. I don't know how he survived that, but
Maybe I feel like I don't think Chandler's KO'd anyone past the second round. I just feel like he don't. Maybe it's just me, or maybe it's because of his gas tank, but he don't carry power in the later rounds.
yeah. 35 ain't that much younger than 38. Y'all make it seem like Chandler is some young
Thank you.
5-year-old. Dude, like he's more close to his prime. Like, have you seen Chandler fight? Like he looks young, right? Have you seen Tony fight? He looks old.
Chandler, no man.
Dude, this breaks my heart. Let's talk about this actually. Will Bumboy Bilal beat Luque? So I was doing my film study on it, right? And I wasn't doing like a complete film. I was just watching some tape, right? Their most recent fights.
What can Bilal do other than hug his legs for 25 minutes? I just think Luque's good on the ground as well.
Yeah, no, I don't think Luque's wrestling is good, but one thing I just cannot get over the fact is Bilal cannot take a punch to save his life. And he has to be in. Yeah, and that's what I really wanted to pick Bilal, bro. You don't know how like I was going into like watching tape, like I'm gonna pick Bilal. I'm gonna pick Bilal, but I just can't do it, bro. Like he's
annoying as well. I think he's in my boy Ramiz's camp, man. So I think I have to pick that bum just because he's like there by association, isn't it? He's with my boy. But isn't he at 40? So am I? It's at 40, isn't he?
I don't know. It's some weird connection with Fort. Yeah, I've seen him. I've seen him like. I think
he's with Uriah Hall and them guys. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I know Ramiz is with those guys, but I don't know if Bilal. But I'm pretty sure Bilal is like he's what, like, I forgot that team called, the one with Tyron Woodley and Anthony
Oh,
Pettis.
Rufus.
Yeah, he's with those guys. I'll go on Instagram and check it out actually. But yeah, man, I just don't think he can. Like, I remember I watched the Lyman Good fight again with Bilal, and like Lyman almost beat him, but like Bilal had won the first 2 rounds. I feel like Bilal's actually gonna do good against Luque early, but like in 25 minutes he has to take a punch.
He's
And I don't
got
know.
he's got the starter fight 25 minutes. They'll sniff the crotch, just fucking lie.
Yeah, but I feel like Luque might have better takedown defense than fucking Wonder Boy.
Yo, you guys call my boy Allen, yeah, decisionator. He's got 15 of his 20 wins are by decision, Bilal.
Yeah. Hold up, let me search up Bilal's fucking.
He's got no jiu-jitsu either, bro. One submission. He just hugs you, bro.
Yeah, I think he's.
Bro, he hugged everyone behind other than that Takashi guy. I'm literally looking at his win streak now. All he did was hug everyone.
Yeah, I think he's like a gym hopper. I don't know. It seems like he's not even with Rufus Sport anymore. Or
Is that Rufus as well? I'm pretty sure he's at Rufus.
yeah, but it doesn't seem like he. I know he trains with Ignacio Bano Mendez or whatever his name.
Maybe I'm a swear he's with Ramiz, isn't it? Because I seen them two take a picture.
I
thought,
saw too.
oh,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh fuck, I've got to fucking back this bum now because he's with my boy Ramiz, and I can't slander Ramiz boys. I was just like, but yeah, just saying, my boy Ramiz taps Bilal out in 1 round. But, yeah.
Wait. I know I talk about Ferguson way too much, but he's my favorite fighter. You probably only pick Bilal because Luque's son, your boy Kiesa. No, we gotta get our revenge, man. I honestly, I really want Bilal to beat him. I really do, but I can't see it. I just can't.
I can't see. I literally can't see it, man.
That's the only issue. Like, I really would pick him too.
Maybe as well is if you have you watched that fight back where like I felt like Luque barely clipped him or barely touched him and he just rolled. Like Bilal and Luque, the first fight.
Oh yeah, I did. It was weird. Yeah.
I think it might have been SSG or Fuego who just slowed it down and showed us the angle. It was like he barely touched him and he fucking folded. It was just like,
Yeah. I mean, dude, like, I don't know, man. It is a rematch too. They have. I mean, Bilal's gotten better though. I'll give him that since that fight.
Bilal.
Yeah, he's improved. Like, I mean, because I think he's on a 7-fight or 6-fight win streak.
I think he's on like a 7-8 fight win streak.
I mean, that's a long. I got to give the guy his credit where credit is due. Like, I don't think he's beating like anybody special, but he's doing all right.
6 of them were hugs for 15 minutes.
Yeah, but I mean, those guys shouldn't let them, let that happen to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't let another man hug you.
Yeah, Wonder Boy disappointed me so much. I want to see him get sparked in the next
fight. That was nuts, bro. He was like, I was in shock when I was watching.
Like Wonder Boy's, where's Wonder Boy's fight IQ at, man? Like, you know what? The Burns thing I can forgive because Burns has got hands on it, so you got something to think about. Like, let's say, for instance, like he sprawled for a takedown and then he caught him up top clean with the right hand. Obviously, fair enough. Like, Wonder Boy's got a lot to think about with Gilbert Burns. But Bilal Muhammad, come on, bro. Like, fuck me. You know what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
Me as well.
I mean, did he just put it on him? Like, he really like put the pressure on him. Honestly, but it is apparently Law had a broken rib too. Apparently, I think not something wrong with his shoulder or chest or like I forgot. He said he had an injury, which was interesting. But let's talk about the Charles Oliveira Justin G fight because that's the least talked about fight. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
That fight being in Glendale was fucking stupid though.
Who you both picking, Hall or Meniz? Actually, that fight's scrapped.
Is it?
You're right. Hall pulled out actually.
It's funny that he talked shit about Till pulling out, and he's done the fucking same thing.
I mean, I think he pulled out on purpose to fight Till. I think that's all it is. And I think he's smart. I mean, Andre Meniz was gonna fucking choke him the fuck out.
I want to see Hall fight Till as well, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay, eBay. Well, I mean, I think that's gonna be boring though. But okay, eBay. Let's say Ferguson was still on his winning streak. Do you think he would have had a chance against Chandler, or do you still feel Michael would get him? That's a good question.
It depends if Chandler wrestles him, it makes the fight interesting. But if Chandler's just gonna stand there with him,
But I mean, if it's a prime Michael Chandler, like fucking the one that fought Patricky and all them guys in Bellator, I think Chandler. I think if Chandler went with Eddie Alvarez, like if they both went to the UFC, he would probably be a top 5 fighter. I think, like a legit top. I'm not talking about like right now how you.
No, I do think. Do you know what it is? It's lightweight's a bit weird though because when you think about it, you look at Oliveira, Benil, and Islam, and I'll get to my point in a minute. So Charles Oliveira 2 years ago was ranked number 13. Islam Makhachev this time last year was ranked number 15, and then you got Benil Dariush who wasn't even ranked last year or the year before. And I think these guys in the space of 2 years have managed to get into the top 15. But we say this division is the most talented division. If
Yeah,
that's the case, then why are top 15 guys so easily getting to number 5, number 3, number 4? Do you get what I mean?
yeah, I feel you.
Like we say this division is a shark tank, but then Charles Oliveira in the space of 2 years has won the belt. I know Charles Oliveira is a talented fighter.
But yeah, I mean, there was a lot.
Benil Dariush wasn't even fucking ranked.
Yeah,
He's now top 5. And he's literally a Makhachev win away from fighting for the belt. Do you see what I mean by that?
yeah,
And we're seeing Bobby Green come fucking back to life now, and it's just like, how is Bobby Green going to be fucking ranked? It's just like,
I don't.
but we say this division shot rank.
Yeah, luckily he hasn't been ranked, thankfully. But I mean, like, those guys, it's all about circumstance. Those guys. I mean, the short notice fights, right? With Charles, when he fought fucking what's his name? I think Jared Gordon, right? That's it. Yeah, Jared Gordon. And then fighting Kevin Lee, that helped him a lot after Kevin beat fucking Greg Gillespie the way he did, and then fighting Tony, right? Tony wanted to fight Dustin, and then Dustin said, "Nah, I'm fighting someone else." So Tony gave him the chance, and then I mean, ultimately, Dustin saying no to the world title shot really gave Charles, a big chance, and then Benny's a weird one because he had a bunch of wins over unranked guys. I think Diego Ferreira was his only ranked win in his win streak.
He beat Diego when he wasn't ranked. I don't think when Diego wasn't ranked.
No, Ferreira was ranked. No, Ferreira was ranked because Ferreira beat.
Didn't Diego Ferreira only get into the rankings when he beat Pettis?
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a weird situation, but Luke and Muhammad card ain't good in my opinion. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I saw that. It was pretty. Yeah, they put a lot of interesting people in that card. But I mean, I think Luke and Bilal might actually end up being a good. I really do think. I think it's going like 3 rounds, and I think Bilal's gonna do actually good because he's improved. But I think eventually he'll still lose though, going late. I think he'll.
I'll fucking take a punch, And he was like, when Leon was on Joe Rogan's podcast, and he was like, I think because obviously people were giving shit for being a slow starter, and I was like, Leon was like, look what I did to him in the first round, and everyone says I'm a slow starter. I only get better as the fight goes. How do you think I would? What do you think I would have done to him? Because Joe was basically trying to justify, like trying to defend Bilal and play. I think he was playing devil's advocate, or I don't know, but he was basically trying to say, "Oh, you don't know, like the fights are conclusive. You see people make comebacks. Look at Chandler and Oliveira the other night." I was like, "Yes, but also Bilal has never knocked a person out in his fucking life." It was like, "Fucking, you think he's gonna knock out like Leon Edwards? You fucking stupid." And it's making me think that Spotify bread's getting to him, man. Like, it's just like he don't fucking follow the sport anymore. Not really.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he doesn't.
I can't even. Do you know what it is? I don't even remember him being at the last pay-per-view. Was he at the last pay-per-view? Maybe not.
I think so. I think he had missed another pay-per-view before that. But yeah, he doesn't. He just doesn't. I mean, I get it. Like, you make a lot of money. He doesn't watch all the fights. It might be too hard for him, but he just
Yeah, I don't blame him, but obviously don't make out like you're still that guy though. Do you get what I mean? Like, I understand this guy's a busy guy. He does his podcast every day. He's working phenomenal, and obviously as a result, like obviously he's got a lot on his plate, and then he does the comedy shows as well, and obviously he has to write his scripts and all that stuff. But like, just don't come out with these takes when you've not invested the time into it. Do you get what I mean? Because before he used to get paid to talk martial arts, so that's where his time was invested, and obviously people took his opinion seriously. But now it's just coming across as like, and you know what? I think I think for whatever reason, like I've been saying,
yeah. Hey, please read this.
Imagine that shit Ed be talking if his UK boy Leon beats Marty and becomes champ. Scary hours, bro. It's gonna happen, bro. Don't talk like it's impossible. It's gonna happen.
No, I'm with Ed here. Me and Ed on the same team when it comes to Leon. But yeah,
Usman's already faking hand injuries, man. Trying to get away from it, man. I'm telling you, whether it's July, August, bro, just pick a date, pick a time. Like Leon beats him every day in the week and twice on a Sunday. Just saying.
yeah. Uh,
Like I was saying about Joe Rogan, they're slowly trying to phase him out though, and they're trying to
yeah.
make him be that guy.
Hopefully they get him out of there. But to be honest, I would rather UFC make Michael Chandler against Greg Gillespie and Tony Ferguson versus Conor McGregor. I'd like to see the Ferguson McGregor fight. I ain't gonna lie.
Fucking 6 years too late though. It makes me feel like we give boxing so much shit. It makes me feel like that fight would be phenomenal in 2016.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been interesting.
By the way, I think Tony would have beat him in 2016.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
We talked about this before. I think we talked about it in one of your earlier fight talks, one of the very first ones we did. I think Tony would have killed him bad.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's interesting. It's a hard fight for me to pick because both of them are very, in my humble, they're flawed, right? They have some big flaws in their game, but they never just got exposed for. I feel like people think. I mean, Tony's washed. I don't think Conor's washed. I think Conor got exposed. Right, that's what I think.
But the sport, like not just this sport, every sport, like you obviously you'll know more about like your little American football or whatever the fuck you call it, and basketball, all these things. Like you have like new tactics or new systems or new play styles and stuff like that, and people like initially they struggle to adapt. It's just one of the things. Like the calf kicks have become so prominent now. Like, and McGregor's got such a wide stance. What do you do? Like if he stands square up, he keeps getting hit in the face. He's like. His reflexes aren't as sharp as they used to be. I don't care what anybody says. I've never seen him get tagged so much in my life in those two Dustin fights. And I don't even think Dustin is that fast, to be honest.
No, you're right. But I feel like first of all the wrestling and not the takedown Dustin shot. I think that helped Dustin out by level changing and faking those things and making Conor think he might wrestle, and then I think he got caught with shots like that, but. I just feel like he just you can say maybe the money or maybe the lack of in-ring competition or something like that. But I just honestly feel like
he fought twice last year. He fought once before. It's not like this is the thing. This is what everyone's using the competition and the inactivity as an excuse. He fought 3 times in the last 2 years. Where's the inactivity? It's not like he took that. It's not like that hiatus he took after boxing and then he came in and fought. The pound number 1 lightweight in Khabib. This guy fought 3 times in 2 years. That's activity.
Yeah.
That's more activity than a lot of the lightweights, if you think about it.
Yeah. But honestly, Conor only has like a real 1-2 or a pullback counter, if we're being honest. If you figure that out, it's not that hard to crack the code on it, even on the feet.
Like I've been saying to you, like a lot of it's to do with his movement and his kicking game, but between Dana White making a comment about him having arthritis on his ankles or something ridiculous like that, and then you see, I saw how he moved in the second Nate fight. I saw how he moved in the Khabib fight. Seeing how he moved in the Cowboy fight as well, bro. That's 3 of his last 4 or 5 fights where I've just seen him just stand super square, like proper boxing stance. And it's just a bit like, bro, he's not gonna be that in and out, dart out of range. Like the capoeira and stuff, he's just not that guy, bro. Like I just think his kicking game's gone. For whatever reason, his legs are fucked. Kind of like what people used to say about like when Aldo don't throw leg kicks as much as we'd love to see him throw out leg kicks, but you can tell the injuries in the back of his mind, and it's a similar thing with Conor in that sense. I just think we're not gonna. Everyone's talking about 2013 Conor. It's like, bro, he's not that guy. Let it go. Like he's not that guy anymore.
Yeah, I feel you, man.
Dana says, bro, fighting's a young man's game, bro. Like these guys.
He's young though. He's not old. He's not an old man.
I don't know, man. I just feel like
they figured him out.
It's a combination of a few things, but I also think that style's been figured.
Yeah, I think that's all it is. It's like same thing with Tyron Woodley. I know Tyron was older, but like I feel like Tyron got figured out. They figured him out. They cracked the code on him.
I do get annoyed though because I think in his prime he'd smoke Luque, he'd smoke Burns, Colby would be an interesting fight, and Usman would be an interesting fight because obviously for me, like I've said this forever now, I
Yeah.
still think the title reign's better than Usman's.
Who?
Woodley's.
You think so?
I mean, beating Prime Wonderboy twice. Well, obviously one of them's a draw.
Are you saying was it more entertaining, or do you think the like? I
No,
mean,
it's not. I wouldn't say entertaining. I think because he shit the bed in a few fights and didn't perform in that sense.
yeah,
People never took too kindly to his reign, and he got a lot of hate whilst he was the champion. Like people say Usman was hated. Trust me, you've never seen a hated champion more than like Tyron Woodley.
yeah, that is true. But I mean,
Anyone says, but beating Prime Wonderboy, that puzzle at the time had never been figured out in the UFC. I don't care what anybody says. He beat Wonderboy. He then beat Prime Maya. He then beat Darren Till. Darren Till. Everybody said Darren Till would smoke him as well, and he was too big for him. And all of this, Woodley dominated Darren Till, who at the time was seen as one of the best strikers in the division. Maya was one of the best grapplers in the division, and Wonderboy as well. Not only was the style such like we hadn't seen karate stance guys like that since obviously like GSP and like Lyoto Machida and guys like that.
yeah,
He came back and brought that style back, and everyone was thinking about the side to side stances because you can imagine between 2013 and 2015, that wide stance, the side to side was quite like prominent when we were seeing Wonderboy and McGregor having success. So he beat that style when nobody had beat it as well.
yeah. I mean, hey, don't get it too. I like and actually, happy birthday to Woodley. It's actually his birthday today, so happy birthday. Since
Bless his champ. But yeah, I just think because he's fell off, people are looking at Woodley now like the guy who got knocked out by Jake Paul. But just look at him as the bad motherfucker he was like 10 years ago.
No, it's all respect. It's all respect.
It's a recency bias, but it's like for me, like Woodley's wins for me are better than Usman beating Masvidal twice.
Yeah.
And fucking Gilbert Burns.
I don't know, man. Gilbert's a good. In my opinion, I think Gilbert, he's a good fight. But what I want to say is basically, I feel like Usman's reign, and I think he's matched him or surpassed him in title defenses too. But
I think that he's on. Wait, he's beat Colby twice, Burns once, Masvidal twice. He's on 5. He's gonna be on 6 twice. Leon.
Yeah. So, and I think Woodley only have 4. But with all due respect to Woodley, right? I think he's the 3rd greatest welterweight champion of all time. You could even put him at 4. Some people might have Matt Hughes above him, or maybe Pat Middleton, right, or all those other guys. But I just truly think beating Colby Covington twice, as much as I really think Leon's going to beat Usman.
Are you impressed with Burns' body of work at welterweight though?
Yeah, because he did his thing. He fought. I mean, fight Woodley before Colby, like that's the only thing I don't like what Colby did. He didn't fight.
Yeah, at the time when it was like everybody wanted to see that fight.
Yeah, like he just didn't. Yeah, he didn't fight Woodley when he should have fought him, and that's what made me mad. And Gilbert took advantage of that, and I obviously Colby ended up beating him right after. But still, I think Colby and Burns are very, very similar in terms of their resumes. You know what I'm saying? They're very similar. I don't
know, like, do you remember when people were saying, because you'll know this because you defend Colby a fair bit, people were saying, oh, Maya's not ranked, Robbie's not ranked, Colby's wins haven't aged well, he's beat nobody. But I'm like, bro, like, Burns has also beat those guys. You take away those from Colby's resume, you're taking them away from Burns. It's like, Burns has beat Woodley, Maya, Wonderboy. These guys are all like over the age of fucking 35, bro. He's no better than Peter Yan beating up 40-year-old guys. It's just like fucking.
Yeah.
He fights one guy in the peak of his powers, and Usman gets fucking smoked. And then it's just like, for me, I honestly think fucking Leon would fucking kill him bad. Wow. I think he's more dangerous to me than Colby.
Yeah, that's fun. eBay's top 3 welterweight. My top 3 welterweights of all time. My favorite, or I don't know. I'll go with my favorite right now. It's Colby at number 1, Leon at 2, and then Chiesa at 3. Those are my guys.
Good question though. Who's got a better jab, Chiesa or GSP?
Oh, Chiesa all day. What is wrong with you? What kind of question is that? I had to show you that on UFC 4. You remember that Chiesa?
Did I not knock Luke out cold? Did I not knock out Dan Hooker?
Yeah, the Luke one, that was dumb, man. That Rockhold one was dumb. I was pissed. I was mad.
You know what's funny though? Like I fought Fuego as well, man. And Fuego was like, fuck. We went back to 45. We went down to 45 after I beat him at lightweight with Justin Gaethje, and then he was like, "Oh, I can't," because I didn't have my phone on at the time, and then I picked McGregor, and then I see my phone light up and go, "Oh, pick Arnold so I can whoop you with Dan." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." So I was like, "Oh, this guy wants to fight me with Dan Hooker as well," and I was like, "Oh my goodness, imagine if I beat both you guys with Arnold."
Yeah. Hey, dude, with Allen, bro, I had Arnold like right there, and then it's just the chin went away. You know, that's all that happened. Who actually cares about Usman and Leon fight? That fight isn't interesting whatsoever. We'll just to me, I can't speak for everyone else.
Do you know
Yeah.
what? Do you know what though? Like I respect his opinion, but for me, the reason why that fight is interesting is because, like I think Leon alluded to this earlier. It's like you can't take the first fight for like gospel in the sense that like you can't take the first fight for face value and think that's how it's going to play out the second time. Because Leon's become a totally different fighter since then, and so has Kamaru Usman. And the second fight's going to show us how far they've come and what adjustments they've made and their improvements since then. And
Yeah.
this fight was 6-7 years ago as well. This weren't like 2 years ago, like when Usman fought Colby, for instance, and then they fought again 2 years later. This was 6 years ago. That's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Who's
Yeah.
your 5 lightweights eBay? He's on about in terms of ranking or like who your favorite fighters are.
I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, top 5 lightweights all time, man. I'll do one because I did favorites last time. Man, it's just gonna piss some people off. I got
Frankie's not in your top 5, man. I'm leaving.
oh yeah, of course. So I got Khabib at number 1. I got
you're doing it in terms of like the best lightweights, or are you doing it in terms of
best lightweights all time. Yeah, best. I'm doing it by best. So I got Khabib at number 1. People are gonna get mad. I got Frankie at 2. I got BJ at 3. I got you know what? Fuck it. I got RDA at 3. I got BJ at 4. And because I like him, I got I'll put Charles.
Tony's got a win over RDA, by the way, and you've just
Huh?
Tony's got a win over RDA.
Yeah, but Tony, whatever. Tony's whatever. But
I don't like doing the rankings thing because it's so subjective. It's just like
I'm gonna go with either Charles or Benson Henderson at 5. Those are you can change those. I think Charles defended his belt, but so did Benson. People forget. Benson was decent. But
I still remember him as that schmuck who got fucking kicked off the cage by freaking Anthony.
Yeah. But people forget he beat Nate Diaz. People do forget. They don't give him enough credit for that.
Do you know what it is though? Every magnet from the gym, AK. But you know what I was gonna say as well? You know that clip here, because it ends after the kick lands and he falls. He never got finished, didn't it? That fight still went to a decision, didn't it?
Yeah. Who?
Benson Henderson and Anthony Pettis.
Oh yeah.
It's a decision if I remember. And I was just like, the way they end that clip, it makes it look like he got fucking highlight reeled and like, I don't know, like he got knocked out or something. I was like, I swear that fight still went to a decision, but that clip's made the rounds, and it's like it makes people think Anthony Pettis got a finish, but it's just like
nah, he got a knockdown. But yeah, I mean, dude, I forgot to add Pettis. Nah, fuck it. I'll put Pettis at 5 instead of Charles or Benson.
So hard though. I just feel like lightweight's one of those divisions, but it's just I think I did it on Twitter, months ago before Charles even got like the belt, because at the time it was just so weird. Like,
yeah.
But if I find that the lightweight rankings, I'll send it to you, because I think I did the top 10 as well ages ago.
Yeah.
It was like 2 years ago. I think I did it. But I think I had Khabib as number 1. If I did it off the top of my head, I think I had Khabib, RDA, BJ, Tony, and Conor. I think was the top 5.
Okay.
But I think I had McGregor. Fuck me, I got rinsed about the McGregor one.
Yeah.
I don't think people understand how good that performance was against Eddie Alvarez.
Dan Henderson or Rashad? Evans. Oh, Rashad. I like Dan. Because he knocked out, Ed's boy. But Rashad all day. Rashad's my guy.
It took a heavyweight to knock out Bisping. That's all I'm saying. What about Luke out cold, bro? Getting
Hey, we coming back. Luke Rockhold is back. I just want to say that, y'all. All right. You know, I was watching that
taking
interview.
that fight though. So who the fuck makes sense for him to fight at this point?
It
Though?
has to be Paulo. Costa has to show up. Costa
Costa ain't fighting him, and he pulled out the Whitaker fight, and he pulled out the Jared Cannonier fight as well. And then he tried to pull that shit with Vittori as well about the weight, and almost like made us.
He's looking kind of lean though. I ain't gonna lie. He looks hella lean. I've seen his IG. He's looking actually in shape. It looked like he might.
Like, how is the UFC not frustrated with this guy? I'm not gonna cut him if he loses the next fight.
Dude, Rockhold's gonna end his career, bro. That's what's gonna happen.
Rockhold needs to fight that Brunson or wait for like why?
Nah, I don't want Brunson. I don't
would
want.
love to have seen him against Muniz though.
Yeah, that would have been dope. Yeah, that would have been. I want Paulo, man. That is the fight. Or yeah, no. You're right. I like this one better. Rockhold smokes that bum Darren. I like that.
We all know Rockhold has a problem with left hooks, man. Fuck me. Dantel's the most one-sided fighter in the fucking game. Fucking that left hook's catching.
Dude, bro, we're gonna get him, bro. Let's do it in the O2 Arena. Let's rectify what happened a few years back, right? You know what I'm saying? Let's beat their UK boy. Rockhold on top of the octagon. All the UK boys crying because their guy Darren Till's dead, right? Let's I like that fight better. Michael Bisping in the commentary booth, basking in the glory.
It depends on how you look at it, man. Luke's kryptonite might just be British left hands, bro. You don't know. He could get knocked out with the same shot by the same.
What? Bro, you know what's so funny, man? It's almost like if you didn't like watch like MMA, you think like Bisping just destroyed Rockhold and they only fought one time. Like there wasn't like two fights.
The first fight wasn't competitive at all.
Yeah, like no one talks about that first fight. But oh dude, yeah, Costa would smoke Strickland. Costa would destroy Strickland, in my opinion. Strickland has a very upright style. His hands are up always. I think Costa would fold him with body kicks. Yup. He would smoke Strickland just style. But I think Strickland's going to he's going to turn into a D1 wrestler against Alex Pereira. We didn't talk about that, actually. That's insane that they made that fight.
I don't know. Bro, middleweight's such a weird division, though. So weird. It's just like, I remember saying to you, like, I think last year, like, all the top 5 matchups were getting like fucking cancelled, and then KG was stepping up to fight everyone.
Yeah.
Obviously, me and you make jokes on that. But I was like, yo, fair enough, KG's stepping up, yeah. But where the fuck are the other guys, man? Like even Sean Strickland now is top 5, and he was saying stuff like before he was top 5, he was saying he didn't want to fight Darren Till, and then now he don't want anything to do with Luke Rockhold, and now he wants to fight Alex Pereira. I'm just like,
he ducked Paulo. He ducked Costa. Real talk.
Yeah. Like I think he's another one. It's just like he's another weird one, to be honest.
You both ain't got work now? Question mark. Or this is the regular time you be doing this fight? No, I just did it because I'm this UK boy. Make this UK boy happy. He gotta go to sleep. So
it's only 5 p.m. here, bro. You could have done it at 8 realistically, but you're never on time.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying. But nah, I'm probably gonna. I do got something to do at like 11:30, but we got like an hour or two.
Yeah, that's fine. No worries. But yeah. But man, fucking. Have they announced what weight classes the tough ladies are going to be coaching?
No, I don't know. Did you see what she said though, Pena?
I've actually threw shots, but I didn't really see.
That was hilarious. She went off on Ronda, bro. I wanted to, because I have a friend that's like a big Ronda Rousey fan, like a legit Ronda. Like I'm not playing, like a legit. He's a Ronda Rousey fan and a Valentina fan, right? If you would have seen him, you wouldn't even think he would watch MMA, right? Yeah. But he loves those girls, right? And I pray every day, right before I go to sleep to see their downfall, right? I already saw what Ronda was, dude. That was historic, bro. Like, I don't really care about whole MMA like that, but
bro, you got to stop calling it that, bro, because you're gonna get fucking called up on this. I swear to God.
I could care less about them hoes, right? But listen to me. When that girl got fucking kicked in her neck, that was literally the happiest day of my fucking life. All right, like, and she's going. Pena was going.
Vegas, like, there was some statistic about how much money Las Vegas lost because that was such an underdog and such an upset.
Yeah,
They
man.
lost the casinos lost money.
Apparently, it was back to back too. One dude actually, I think they made like a documentary about the guy. I seen it on YouTube actually. Forgot the guy's name, but he had bet on what's it called, on Holly, yeah, to beat Ronda, right? And then he had bet Misha Tate to beat, yeah, it basically.
That period was funny though, because I remember it. I think I was in college at the time, because obviously people like, what the fuck, Ronda got knocked out, and then everyone jumped on the Holly bandwagon. And then when she was fighting Misha Tate, because a lot, you know how it is with casuals and bandwagons, everyone's like, oh my goodness, Holly's gonna smoke Misha Tate, she a bum, da 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 da. And then Misha Tate just wins the bout off her. It's just like, oh my god, what the fuck? It's so funny.
Yeah, and then you know what's crazy about that documentary? They were so mad that that dude won so much money. They ended up arresting that guy, or like trying to say like, you know, fraud, or that he cheated somehow, right? It's a pretty crazy documentary. But Ronda and Pena are both mid. Yeah, I mean Pena looks better than Ronda though.
Bro, I'm not getting into this, bro. I'm not.
Ronda's fucking ugly, bro. I don't, bro. You remember when Ronda was like up and coming and she was the big star? There were people out there trying to say she looked good.
Bro, the only thing I remember about Ronda was, I think Brendan Schaub and Dana White was going back and forth on Twitter, and Brendan Schaub just like made this Eskimo.
Well, Brendan's nasty for that, by the way.
Huh?
Brendan's nasty for hitting that. He is disgusting.
No, but do you know what an Eskimo bro is? I think you do, innit?
Yeah, both of them are disgusting. Like, especially like Dana could get someone, like he could buy someone that looks better than Ronda. Like, I don't get it.
What don't use that word?
No, but I'm being honest right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you could, like, come on, bro. Ronda's like what? All right, I'll be quiet. Like,
bro, I swear, one of these days, you're gonna start working with like ESPN and all these guys, and they're gonna be like, yo, they're gonna pull this up when you said Dana's been fucking fighting broads, and I'm just like, oh my god. Some of the shit you said, it's gonna catch up to you.
Dude, I cannot wait for it, bro.
Bro, it's gonna
be like one of these suckers. You know how these suckers be? They be saying sorry, right? They be like, "Oh, I ain't saying so." I'm like, man, fuck you. I'm never taking that.
Your ever is gonna be like, I'm gonna say this fucking bothered me out. To apologize. To absolutely nobody. Ever does what the fuck he wants.
Yeah. Bro, I gotta steal that line from that leprechaun, man. I gotta take that from him.
Yeah, nah, bro. Dana's looking jacked, bro. 250 pounds at 6'2", bro. Like, you're like 5'6", bro. I don't think he'd be able
to. Dude, I think I'm taller than Dana. Like, he is not a pro. Like, I mean, he does have this.
He's hella tall, bro. Have you not seen him stand next to like the light heavyweights? It's just because he's so wide, he looks a bit shorter.
Let me search a Dana White. He might be 6'1".
Bro, he's like 6 foot 6'1".
Height. No, he's 5'11". I'm taller than him. It's a bro. Stop it.
Yeah, but if Dana wears the right shoes, he's 6 foot basically, 6'1".
But listen. Like, okay, he's 52.
If Dana was wearing your 20K Jordans, he'd be 6'1".
Yes. Listen. All right, the man's 52. He can box. He can. Yeah, I do know that he can box. I remember he said he whooped on Tito.
Wasn't he like a gym instructor or something? Someone was saying, like one of them boxercise classes he was doing at the gym.
Yeah,
boxercise is different to boxing, though.
Yeah, but I think the old man, he might have a steroid advantage right now, but he can see me in the mean streets. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, leave Uncle Dana alone, bro. I know you boys in LA, straight out of Compton and all that shit. Leave Dana alone.
but yeah, man, dude, that Dana's nasty, dude. He's legit nasty for that. If he really touched Ronda, I'm like, bro, you're like,
you don't even know that. I think wasn't Travis Brown with her as well.
Oh, that dude, he married her. Oh my god, like he, like whatever.
I remember what's it called? It was Derek Lewis, isn't it? Where that Ronda Rousey fighting is that? And it was just like, what's it called? Obviously there was the allegations and stuff and everything else that was happening in it. So it was just like it's a bit of a messy situation at the time.
Don't worry, eBay. You got that Kiesa hug syndrome in you.
Yeah, you probably only hugged Dana anyways, bro. Like you would have learned from Kiesa.
Yeah, sure. But what was I gonna say? But I mean, dude, it's like nuts. Like, what's her name's on this card too? Like Tisha Torres and like Mackenzie Dern, and like people really think Mackenzie. Like, I don't know. Maybe you might fall in
You
that
picked
camp,
Torres, isn't it? I called you a bum for picking Torres.
dude. Torres is gonna whoop her fucking ass. Like that girl could not strike to save her life, and she looks like a fucking sloth. If you look, she looked
Bro,
like a sloth in
bro,
the
why
face.
you gotta be mean, bro? Talking about people's appearances, bro. Leave the ladies alone, bro. What's their appearance got to do with their ability to fight?
Bro, no, but people say she's hot. That's what I don't like. Like, don't lie. Oh, like, wait, I wish I
Yeah,
could
but why you simping over Lemos the other day?
bro. Now I've never said Lemos. Lemos is like, I think Lemos is a dyke. But
Bro, you were saying you like short haired girls. I don't know. That's what you told
I,
me.
stop it, stop it. But I'm trying to look like, yeah, she. They need to stop lying.
Yeah. Can you imagine dating Lemos though? She'd have a
I
better.
mean, Tifa Torres looks like a little boy too. Like, I'm not gonna lie
I
to
swear
you.
she's lesbian though. Is she not?
Yeah, she is. She's with Raquel
Because
actually.
I forgot who was saying it. Someone was saying, "Oh, that Brazilian lesbian power is OP." Because obviously Nunes has got like married, or it's got a girlfriend as well, and she's got power as well. They're like, yo, these Brazilian girls, bro, OP as fuck.
Yeah, Torres does look like a little boy. That is nuts. That's wild.
How about not looking at them that way at all, bro? Don't do a Pat Barry FA. Don't do it.
I'm just, oh, that's nasty, dude. That is disgusting.
Do you think you was gonna ask you? Yeah, because obviously, I imagine in the MMA community is so small in the sense that these fighters all meet each other and they go to camps and stuff like that. I imagine, yeah, a lot of people think that about like Pat Barry, but they don't say it to his face.
No, they have to think that. They have
Yeah.
to. You know?
Yeah, but they don't say it to his face though.
Yeah, they don't probably. But I'm just saying, like, he. I mean, if he touched that girl when she was young, that is nasty.
Mm.
He's wrong for
Dude, this is taking such a dark turn. Can we just talk about something funny now?
that. I'm just. That is nasty, bro. If he did that.
Yeah,
But
I know we're part of the MMA police, but like,
it doesn't matter because Carla Esparza is gonna punish them for doing that nasty
bro, I'm not
stuff.
looking forward to that fight at all because I could just see a wrestle fucker for 20.
Oh, it's gonna be beautiful. I'm gonna enjoy. I think she submits her though. I think she finishes Rose, but I mean, Carla's gonna go in there, get her fucking belt back, and
Rose's jiu-jitsu used to be great, but then I felt like ever since she learned how to stand, I was like, I've not seen her fucking use it since.
she got out wrestled by Wei Li. I remember.
Yeah. Whaley only learned how to wrestle 2 fights ago.
Yeah. By the GOAT, Henry Cejudo. But
that's another thing that intrigues me about the TKZ fight. It's like he's under like not a new camp because he's still got his coaches with him, but it's like, what are we gonna see that's gonna be new? If that makes sense. What's Henry gonna have taught him that's gonna benefit him in the fight?
I mean, to be fair though, I feel like some people are putting Korean Zombie in the same category as Davis and Figueiredo and John Jones. Like Zombie's been with Cejudo and that team, like Eric like the little head coach of Cejudo, yeah, Eric Albina. He's been with those guys for a very, very long time. He was with those guys when he fought Ortega, but I think what's going to be added is I think he's going to try to wrestle against Volk. Because Volk can be taken down. I know Volk.
TKZ, I'd mix it up, I'd fucking strike with it, but I'd also try and wrestle him because I just think he's got the jiu-jitsu, like the Brazilian jiu-jitsu edge on the ground.
What's it called? You guys always make an entertaining live stream. You guys aren't toxic like most MMA YouTube channels. Don't make people feel like bad.
But that's the key though, isn't it? Like obviously, like me and FA don't have the same favorite fighters or whatever, but like we'll banter each other and wind each other up. But I won't.
Yeah.
I won't like abuse it. We just like talk shit to each other and like sell the fight even more. Like I think that's fun though. Like me, like when I watch, it adds a little something to when we watch the fights now. When I was watching Arnold Allen and Dan Hook, I was like, shit. I talked shit to FA for like a month. You better not fucking lose, because I'm gonna. So it just gives me like an added like dimension to when I watch fights now when I interact with you guys.
Yeah, and the thing about it is that, bro, we don't go personal.
Yeah.
That's just it. We don't like. That's the thing. Like when I had homies, right? And we talk about basketball, they would get personal with it. I never would ever say anything about you.
Sports supposed to be fun though, isn't it? Whether it's your favorite team, fighters, whatever the fuck. Like you gotta know, like especially with fighting as well. Fighting's one of those things where like anything can happen. It's like today's not your day kind of thing. It's just like, bro, like I'll be real, bro. I was upset when Stipe lost to Francis. Like mad upset. Like I didn't want to talk to anybody for 2 weeks, bro. Like
I'm honest with
I'm
you.
not even joking. I've never been that upset. Obviously with Leon though, like it was like I've not really seen Leon lose though. So like I don't know how I feel that Leon lost to Usman, but like with the Stipe one hurt me. That like the first DC last year didn't even like upset me. I was like, fuck, he should never lose that fight. What the fuck? I was just like, I was more annoyed about the eye pokes. I was making excuses. I was like, and I was like, you know what? Stipe will get the belt back. And then what happened. But I was just like I was annoyed, but then I got over it. Whereas the Francis one actually hurt me.
Because you knew that was the end. That was the last chapter.
No, the Francis one hurt me in the sense of what's it called?
That was
Cyril and Volkov were fighting in the top 5. Curtis Blades, I think, was on a run before Derek Lewis sparked him. And then, what's it called? John Jones was going to come up to heavyweight because he teased it, innit? This was before we knew, obviously, John Jones didn't come up.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, John Jones is going to fight Francis. And then Cyril Gane might fight him, or Volkov might fight him, or Blades might fight him. Stipe is going to be back on the line. Kind of like what happened when he lost the belt the first time, where, like, the UFC were twerking for Brock Lesnar to come back. He did come back, and then they came back with their tail between their legs. And then they had DC fight Derek Lewis, and then they went to Stipe. Okay, Stipe, you're next. Like, fight him. Like, oh, cool. Do you know what I mean? Like, they reluctantly gave him that fight, even though he deserved to fight for that belt again. But it's like I don't even think like I said, Tai Tuivasa being ranked top 5.
Yeah,
crazy. And even like I like Tom Aspinall, but Tom Aspinall isn't ready to fight those guys now. But because heavyweight's so ass, he's got no choice. So if Stipe's fighting like Tai Tuivasa's, Aspinall's, these kind of guys, Stipe's gonna fucking work these guys. Curtis Blades, Derek Lewis, bro. It's only a matter of time before Stipe gets the belt back. Just gotta wait for Francis to recover from that knee surgery.
Hey Ed, give us your best Liverpool accent.
I haven't learned it yet, mate. I can't. I couldn't even try. Like you guys would think, what the fuck? Like I couldn't even attempt it.
I know. What's it? Do you have a Birmingham one?
I don't know. Like I think everyone says I do, but I don't know. Like you just hear me for me on it, but I imagine that if you were in Birmingham and you listen to how everyone else spoke, it would be like,
because Leon has one.
Yeah, Leon has one, but you can hear the Jamaican twang in it as well when he speaks. Like, you can really hear it.
Yeah. He's funny when he talks. But
like when we were saying, what you doing, what you eating, like he was saying it like in a Jamaican accent, and you can hear the Jamaican come off as well. It was just like even when he was going back and forth with Darren Till, you can hear some of it. But that happens though, isn't it? It's like me, like I come from like an Eastern background, so even though like I've lived in England since I was like 1. Like you can hear it from time to time where like I don't sound English, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I feel you. I do feel you on that.
You were born in the US, isn't it?
Yeah, I was born in the US. I wouldn't say like my parents are from Africa, but I feel like I don't have like a Eritrean accent. So
yeah, no, you wouldn't know. You lived like in the US.
Yeah.
You know, and born there.
Yeah, I've been there before actually.
Yeah.
You know, I was on top of lions. You know, with the
The way you said that, bro. It's do you know what it is? When they do UFC in Africa, I know those tickets are going to be expensive because everyone's going to want to go.
Yeah.
UFC in Africa is going to be so dope.
I know it will.
I know.
But
I think that's on Dana's bucket list because I think someone asked him a question and he was like, "I've got to do like before I retire, like I've got to do an event I've got to bring the UFC to Africa." But it's just like I think it's crazy as well because Israel Adesanya was saying there's like 20 African fighters in the UFC, but 3 of them are champions. That's crazy, you know.
I know it, but Francis has to main event that. I don't care.
Well, he's the heaviest guy, isn't it? So he will.
I don't want no goddamn Adesanya.
No, they usually do that politics bullshit like they've done with Mark Hunt and other fighters in the past, and they release Francis, and then we only get 2 fighters, and it's like, bro, I'm not watching UFC Africa to watch Usman sniff someone's crotch for 25 minutes, and then watch Israel Adesanya faint and leg kick for 25 minutes. Bro, I want to watch interesting fights, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
Like,
This is a question.
like Kamzat Usman would be fucking dope in Africa.
Hey, answer this. I like this. This is a good question.
Okay, yeah. No, we talked about this before. I think it's a combination of things. Like wrestling isn't as accessible here as it is in the US.
I heard
Obviously,
Mike Grundy's a wrestler though. Where did Mike learn how to wrestle?
I don't know, but it's not as accessible. Bro, look, I've told you, MMA gyms are expensive here as well. But
No, but I mean, do you guys have like a wrestling program
we
though?
don't
Like,
have like you guys. You have your programs like intertwined with your education, like, isn't it?
yeah,
So like you guys, like for instance, like your athletes, right? They do like college football and shit, but they're also minor in something, don't they? Like they also
yeah,
have an education, like to, they also have like a degree to fall back on in case like their college career tanks up or whatever. Like
yeah,
in the UK, we don't have that. Like our structure and our dynamic isn't the same, so we don't
yeah,
have those things. Like for instance, our football players, they don't. A lot of them like they come from the traditional working class families. Da, 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 da. A lot of them don't. A lot of them like leave school and stuff like that, and they don't really like do their A levels or study or have that education to fall back on. Like
yeah,
your structure is different to ours.
yeah. That is crazy.
And
Anderson Silva was an African MMA fighter, just born in Brazil. Yeah, it seems like a
wait, is
lot.
he?
I mean, he does look black, but it seems like a lot of jiu-jitsu based fighters are from Brazil. Yeah, I mean, dude, is I was talking to someone about this. Is jiu-jitsu like the worst base for MMA
It is.
now?
It is the West. It is
I
the
know,
West.
it's crazy. It's so crazy. It's
The reason why I say that is because the thing with jiu-jitsu is obviously when the fight plays out to the ground, cool, but how do you get the fight to the ground? And we saw that issue with Myra and Bilal Muhammad, for instance. And you've seen it
yeah,
when what was the fight Mackenzie Dern lost?
Marina Rodriguez.
Yeah, you saw it. It's like her base was Brazilian jiu-jitsu first, and when you come from that base, it's quite tricky. If you was a wrestling, for me, right, if I was gonna be a predominant ground fighter, I'd learn how to wrestle first, then learn how to do jiu-jitsu. Because if you put the emphasis on the wrestling, you'd be able to know how to get the fight to the ground, and then you learn the jiu-jitsu after. And you learn, right, I'm on the ground now. What do I do in these positions? But they learn it the other way around. It's like they learn it right. This is what I do on the ground, and then I learn how to get the fight to the ground. But you need to know how to get the fight to the ground first. It's about transitions. So
Yeah,
do you know what it is now? When I see someone who's like a Brazilian like jiu-jitsu based first, just like it's weird. Like believe it or not, yeah, I was on Paddy the Baddy's Twitch, innit? And I asked him, I was like, what's it called? If you was gonna learn one martial art to start off with as a base first, what would you learn? He told me to get on the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but I wasn't too keen.
yeah,
I just wanted, I'd learn, I'd want to learn how to. If I was gonna actually like do like pro fights, I'd learn to wrestle first. Like
yeah,
I'm gonna learn like as like cardio, like to enjoy it or cardio or whatever. I'd learn how to strike. I don't
yeah. I
know.
mean, I feel like I would like to do it is obviously I already wrestled, but I
Yeah,
would
you already been wearing jock straps since you was like 5 years old, isn't that right,
Oh,
Hefe?
of course, man. I was going crazy. But yeah, I would learn how to wrestle at first, then get into boxing and Muay Thai, and then learn the jiu-jitsu. I feel like it's better to learn the defensive skills, right? To some of the
Yeah.
submissions and the guard passes than actually learning the submissions at first. Like they always say, position over submission. So like I feel like it's better. But dude, since we're talking about jiu-jitsu, have you seen Charles Oliveira lately?
Or the tattoos or the tash.
He's well, yeah, the stash, but he's looking jacked. He's
Yeah,
looking
because he's got to strangle Justin fucking Bumchi, bro. I'm telling you, like, look at
humongous.
those arms, bro.
Oh
Those
yeah,
arms.
no. There's a question here. What other sports y'all play? There apart from soccer and rugby.
Boxing's big here.
Yeah,
Boxing's
that is,
big here. I think boxing. The thing is, though, even though you guys obviously the Showtime and the pay per views and all that stuff, the boxing demographic here is massive. I think there's
no,
a lot of people here
you
that
guys are doing good. No, no, I'll give you guys your credit. Boxing, you guys are killing it right now.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm fucking annoyed. Luke Campbell let me down though.
yeah. I mean,
I
well,
did want to see because I don't think Garcia is as good as everyone makes out.
dude, I think he's actually fighting right
Yeah.
this week. I think.
This is the thing. I think Triple G's fighting, but I didn't even fucking know. This is what I'm saying, man. They don't promote the fucking fights, man. They do nothing. Like it's just like
Yeah,
no wonder their sports dying. It's like fuck me. I didn't even know. Imagine, yeah, Triple G's fucking fighting, and I didn't know. Like nobody fucking knows.
Yeah, Anderson Silva is black. He's Afro-Brazilian, which means he has some African ancestry. A lot of Africans came to Brazil during the slave trade. It's a huge Asian population to Brazil too. Brazilian is just a nationality, race wise. Silva is a black nationality wise. He's a Brazilian ethnicity rise. I think wise. He would be Latino, considered Brazil as a part of Latin America.
Wait, is he basically trying to say Anderson Silva is technically the first African champion ever in the UFC?
I think so. Is he? Is he? Wait, well, no.
You have African American UFC champions.
Newton. I think Newton. I forgot his name. Newton something. He's the guy that got fucking power bombed by Matt Hughes. I remember him. I think Carl's Newton.
There's loads of African American champions in the UFC.
Yeah.
This is what made it stupid. Do you remember Tony Ferguson being
like, Carlos Newton's like the first black guy I feel like I've ever saw with the UFC belt. He was like the guy that would do like the Goku, like fucking Kamea wave thing.
No, I don't think I was watching UFC back then or mixed martial arts. I'll be real.
I mean, I wasn't really paying attention to. I just know he got fucking slammed.
People say to me Kevin Randleman and stuff like that, bro.
Yeah. I forgot about him too.
I wasn't watching that UFC back then, bro. I would have been like 6 years old. No, I would have been like 6. Like I don't pretend. I do wish I was like older in the Pride era because people talk about how good the fights were back then.
It was all right.
I feel like I missed out on an era of MMA in that sense. But yeah,
it was all right. I feel like no disrespect to Crow Cop, but I feel like the Fedor Crow Cop fight is a little overrated. It's not as good as everyone thinks it is.
But do you think it's a case? It kind of comes down to your palate, right? If you like the really technical fights, like Jan and Sandhagen stand out to you. Whereas if you like these sloppy fights, it'll be like, for instance, like Lawler and McDonald too. Do you get what I mean?
But that was more technical than Fedor and Crow Cop, in my opinion.
But McDonald.
Yeah.
Yeah, but but I don't know. Heavier guys that always look a certain way when they throw punches. That's why people look at Cyril Gane and then look at him like he's fucking the French Wonderboy Thompson or something.
I know, man. Yeah, dude. He's great too. He's a great fighter. People got to know the difference between ethnicity, nationality, and race. Yeah, I get that confused sometimes. But,
bro, you should see me when I'm filling out the forms, man. I'm sat there fucking shaking for half an hour, thinking, "What the fuck do I tick?" This is fucking because my passport's British, but I'm not like English, so it's just a bit like.
Yeah, that is that. Yeah, that is crazy. But. All right, man. That was a good fight talk, though, man. Dude, I'm gonna drink some more coffee, or I am so tired. I don't know why.
Are your shops not even open now?
Huh?
Are your shops not even open now?
No, they're open, but I've just been tired. I don't feel like getting out of my bed right now.
I swear, I don't know if you guys have it here because you guys obviously have like DoorDash and stuff like that. But we have it where like groceries like can get sent to us. Why don't you just like fucking order like your Bang Energies or whatever you're drinking?
I don't know, man. Banging is pretty expensive, though.
How much does it cost over there? Because you made me pay like £4 here, It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a great drink, though. Sponsored by the greatest.
You're not getting paid, bro. When we get sponsored by Bang Energy, then push it, bro. You give them too much free promotion,
I like their drink, though. I actually like it. That's the thing. It's not like I'm just like but I just.
FA, if we're gonna promote them, let's bring the bread in first, bro. Don't give the free promotion.
Yeah, you know what? Since my guy Ed said it, man, Bang Energy, you're dead to me. All right, you're dead. You're dead. But
out of context.
I'm gonna be drinking a certain energy drink. I'm not gonna say no names, but that was a good one though, y'all. Hope you guys enjoyed the fight talk. I'm out of here. Thank you, Ed, for showing up. We'll try to do another one probably next week after like the pay-per-view. We'll recap.
Am I gonna be gloating when Aljo strangles him in the first round?
I mean, dude, you might be in tears. I'm just saying, bring your 3 favorite black kind of clothes for the funeral session. What it is.
I'm gonna be drinking sparkling water in front of you. Watch.
I tried to drink this bullshit coffee today, and it didn't. I'm still like sleepy. Like it's just dumb. But But yeah. Peace out, bro. But yeah. All right, man. All right. See you.